Thought you wouldn't learn the game. Didn't want to teach you. Wanted to sun you forever. That's the title of this message, y'all. What's up? Thanks for having me back. It's been a minute and I have just been growing behind the scenes, studying, learning, listening behind the scenes. So thank you for your patience with me. You should be seeing me more or whatever. So got channel messages for my divine ones. I thought you wouldn't learn the game. Didn't want to teach you. Wanted to sun you forever. These messages are very kind of difficult for me to give because I am a sensitive person and this stuff is just like heavy and it just be kind of like disappointing. And you know, we expose things as psychics, intuitives, and you know, teachers and guides or whatever. But sometimes it's not easy, even when it's being exposed to us for the first time from divine. It's like, damn, this is, you know, it's a shock and it's a disappointment to see, well, you know, what people really think about you. Yeah, okay, it's certain people, what they think about you. But God love you, and you know, God gonna tell you the truth, even if it hurts you or not. You know what I mean? Because that's love. I'll give it to you in a way that's digestible as well. And that's why we all have our different people we follow, because it's all about who can give you that message in a digestible, palatable way for you. Okay, I'm Divine Justice. What's up? And here's my channel message for you. This is for you. If you come across this is for you. They thought you wouldn't learn the game. They didn't want to teach you, wanted to sun you. Okay, because look, divine ones, you were green. Okay, you was a little green. It's okay. We was a little green. You was a little green. Okay, you were pure-hearted. You were a giver. You were a natural healer. Okay, so that is your natural foundational energy, is to heal. Like, and it's not necessarily you were young, so you didn't know how to necessarily turn that in. If no one taught you how to cultivate that energy for it to benefit you, then you was just out here healing and giving and loving, and that's how God made your energy. But you were supposed to be cultivated, right? And so God stepped in and did that, right? We know the proud praise to the Most High. Praise to the Most High. Glory be to God. Glory be to the divine, right? And definitely love, respect, and honor to our divine ancestors, because they do so much on God's behalf. We have to understand that. Okay. Anyway, so you were super green. Okay, you're pure-hearted. You're just like little young, and they mistook that much young and innocent energy. Get my daughter busting in, but it's okay. They mistook that for, hold on one second, y'all. They mistook your greenness, your naivety, you know, a little bit. And it's okay to be, you know, naive. Kids are naive, right? It's just that you're not aware of every, you know, little bad thing that's out there. You're in a state of purity. You're in a state of innocence. You're in a state of hope pretty much at all times. And we pretty much still keep that resonance, that vibration still to this day. Y'all still keep that to this day, but y'all have that cultivated energy now. Y'all know how to direct that healing energy into yourself now as well, and not just letting people let the takers take, right? While you over here getting set up. They know you a giver. You don't know who the takers are. You don't know how earth work yet. Anyway, let me keep going. So you're pure-hearted, you're a giver, you're a natural healer, right? And so you had basically people who mistook that energy for stupidity. Damn. Damn, spirit. They mistook your naivety and innocence for stupidity. But you know, that's a projection. Spirit is saying that was a projection. That was a projection, because these people were low-key emotionally immature. These people weren't grown up and weren't stood up in the way that they thought they was. They back one straight. They 10 toes wasn't all the way 10 toes down bad about it. They showed me a pinky toe that was a little weak. They showed me, you know, the grip was off, okay? They weren't 10 toes down the way they thought. They didn't have the wisdom like they thought. And obviously, that's obvious, because they wouldn't have mistaken your innocence for stupidity. It was just, they would have saw it for what it was. It's not. Oh, y'all, God bless me. Help me get through this message. You wasn't stupid. You wasn't a goofy. You wasn't a lame. You wasn't a pygmy. You was just a lover. You was just a lover who didn't know all the rules to the game yet. That's it. Literally, you was young. whether that was just in the mind, in the heart, or in the body. And for most of y'all, it was all three. Y'all was young in the body. So, of course, how developed, is your mind and heart going to be at that state where you ain't even been here that long? But anyway, so, yeah, we got basically, didn't want to teach you right, wanted to son you forever. So I get this, gatekeeping information, crabs in the barrel mentality, didn't want you to outgrow them, pretty punishment. So those are some of the things I wrote down. Okay, y'all. So you know how it go, y'all. People was just gatekeeping, even the shit that they did know, even the shit that they did understand, even the shit they did, master on how to, go out there and do what need to be done in whatever field, avenue, whether it was, art, money, music, food, whatever. People was gatekeeping, y'all, all right? Especially around y'all. It was like petty as hell, y'all. And you know why? Because like I said, we got that crabs in the barrel energy where it's like, okay, well, that's so even subconscious. I'm hearing subconsciously and even consciously, but a lot of this was subconscious. And this was the scary part because, people consciously didn't like you, but they were subconsciously gatekeeping information to pull you down on some crab in a buckle type shit to see, okay, well, this is crazy. So, like, subconsciously mean you're not consciously doing it. You don't know. They don't know they were doing it, bro. But they was doing it. Like, some of them kind of knew they was doing it. They didn't want you to get too gassed up. In they 3D mind, it was, I don't want them to get too big-headed. I don't want them to get too gassed up. But in the 5D, 6D, in the spirit and divine and God's eyes is, well, why, it's you're pulling them down. You don't want them to get bigger because, so you basically keeping them smaller. You keeping them down. Sorry, yeah, baby. But yeah, so it's just like, well, if I can stop them from growing, right, I can keep them down. So that's crabs in the bucket. That's pulling somebody down. Stopping somebody from growing is the same as pulling somebody down. Ain't that wild? So yeah, it was a lot of I don't want to see them better than me. I don't want to see them, doing too good type of mentality. Oh, they already got this, and that. They don't need this. Okay? It's like, dang. Chosen ones, divine ones, we gatekeep a little bit more now. And it's just mostly out of protection and out of worthiness, for real. For real. Because a lot of people just, hey, you ain't worthy. For real. God had to teach us that lesson. But we don't gatekeep like that, y'all. We don't. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. We were so new to some of the ways and custom of earth, y'all. We, divine ones, chosen ones, we had to learn the rules. Did we not? Did we not have to learn the rules? But at the same time, already masters at universal law. See, motherfuckers, they understand. We came here with universal law. Nigga, law's bigger than this motherfucking place. But we still got to learn a little bit, the by rules and shit. All right. So, yeah, so we got the crabs in the barrel mentality plus a little bit of the pretty privilege. So the crabs in the barrel was like, oh, don't outgrow me. Let me keep you down here with us and even beneath us. So let me son you. I can really feel good about myself. And then the pretty punishment mentality was more so, you got this, you got that, you got that. Yeah, I'm not finna give you these secrets to it. And you'll be really had this, and you have it all. You have it all. This is what the mentality of the people that was surrounding you on divine ones, and this is the mentality that these are the people that you have outgrown as well. And so this is just for confirmation and affirmation on your experience and on your divine team as well, to bring you closer to your divine team. Exactly. So like that team. Well, they saw your power, they saw your potential. We hear that a lot, but we just like, it's crazy when it's lived. You hear it a lot, but it's crazy when it's lived. Divine ones, they saw your power, they saw your potential. That's why they was coveting shit like that. Coveting the spirit of covetousness. Come on, let's look it up again. I gotta look some of these words up again. I get these downloads and it's like, okay, let me refresh myself on that word, because I be in my Bible, but like, let me refresh. Excuse me. Y'all, this one killed me though, but they mistook your naivety and your innocence for stupidity. That one took me out. That took me out like, damn. I mean, I guess it could look stupid to a stupid motherfucker. You could look stupid to a stupid motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? That's all projection. So, you know, you going around and just giving this and giving that, and I ain't gonna lie, when you learn Earth School and you get to understand the rules, you do look dumb as hell doing that. Oh my God, Holy Spirit, help me get through this message. You do look dumb as hell doing that, right? You do once you learn the rules, but at the same time, divine high perspective motherfucker ain't finna just assume that somebody who's so la 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 la, I love life, I love babies, I love everybody, I love women, you know, I love earth, I love nature. That person ain't gonna make assume this person is stupid. A wise divine one is gonna see that energy as for what it is. Honestly, it's gonna be like, damn, that's some beautiful uncultivated energy. That person's gonna need some help and some protection. Not they stupid as hell. Let me go. Let me hit a lick. That's a lot of that's what coming through. That's what they was on, y'all. And see, this is why it's hard to talk about, because that is some. It's like it's some low life energy. That is some low shit, yo. Even if you conscious, even if you unconscious about it, because if you conscious, that's some malicious. That's malicious. That's when malice come in. You know you on some bullshit. Like, let me hit a lick. Let me hit a lick. No, we even subconsciously like, oh well, you're not consciously like, let me go and take advantage of this so nice person, but you still like, you know, I want to be over there. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of that. You just subconsciously want to take from them without necessarily having the best intention of compensating, if that makes sense. Anyway, moving forward. So some people thought you was just book smart and your social cues and street customs were underdeveloped, were deformed, malignant. Why am I getting these words, y'all? Wow. They thought your ass was retarded. Oh my God, I'm sorry for that word, excuse me. Political correctness, excuse me if that is not the right, you know, political and kind thing to say. I'm sorry, Spirit is just speaking freely. Don't need that type of music in my ear right now. Damn. So they knew you was smart. They knew you was smart, A's and B's and shit. They knew you was advanced and shit. Like, you were smart, but they just thought you was slow. A little slow. Yeah, you was a little slow. Your social cues and your street customs. That knowledge was like I said, nobody wanted to teach you shit. Nobody wanted to teach you shit because the way your natural disposition was, you're naturally so nice and just sweet and just like, let's have fun and let's make sure everybody good and got some. You know what I mean? It was just like, I don't know where I was going with that. What did the disposition have to do with these people thinking that the collective was slow? Hold on, y'all. I don't know. I guess it's because like your disposition made people feel a little, they felt like, what's the word? Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm getting unrelatable and unteachable. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, but because, like, you know, I mean, it's kind of making sense. Spirit is showing me what happened. Sorry, y'all. Life will remind me of a child under 3. So, yeah, it's just like, yeah, damn. I mean, well, because they couldn't relate to you because they didn't have that same light. They didn't understand your light, and they didn't think you would be teachable because you were so like, I don't know. They just thought your ass was just like, hi, I'm gonna teach somebody that's that goddamn high and happy. I'm gonna teach them, like, it's kind of like people feel like they was gonna have to break your heart a lot just to even get you to understand half the shit that was going on, but that's not the case. That's not the case. All you needed was some wise counsel. That's it. Somebody to pull you to the side and tell you what it is, tell you what it ain't. But it just is these people that had no backbone. That's what it was. These people were not strong. These people weren't strong. Yeah, a lot of weak motherfuckers around you, obviously, because they was crabbing in the bureau, covering information, don't want to gatekeeping information, don't want to tell you this. I mean, obviously, these are not very secure people. These are insecure people. So this is just how it's coming out. But yeah, they saw you as like, it wasn't going to be easy. It wasn't easy for them to even try to teach you and tell you break this stuff down to you because they didn't even have a backbone to even, because sometimes even, I'm getting to even voice this shit, to even put language to some of this sick shit that they know that they participate in other people in the world, because they would have to face the shit that they participate in, the systems that mental systems they participate in. Other people they would have had to expose themselves as well, basically. They would have had to expose the mental systems that's around you that you were so unaware of, and you would have eventually seen that they too involve themselves and participate in these mental systems to a certain extent, and or 100% fully, completely submerge themselves in them. Some people participate partially, some people 100% fully submerge themselves into these mental systems. Well, what the fuck you gonna break it down for you for? Low key, it's like they spirit so already knew you was like an outsider, you wasn't one of them, and that they didn't want to give you the secrets. I'm sorry, I'm getting downloads as I'm giving you these downloads right here. But yes, I am come back. They always wanted to sun your ass. They didn't think you was teachable. They thought you might have just been a little slow and stupid and unteachable. Unteachable just means like I can't teach this person because they cognitively not gonna understand it. They not gonna get it. That's like we trying to teach a 4th grade, 8th grade math. They ain't gonna get it. Part 2.